It's a very impromptu edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show, but nonetheless, here we are. Excuse me, on Monday night. He's Mizzle, I'm Dub. And as you can see, even though I really don't expect him to win tonight, I'm still repping my gear because this is just what we do. This is just what we do as fans.
Yeah, as
it's what we do.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that we suck, you know what? You don't tread and run your team. You stick with your team, win or lose, first or last. So tonight, it is my beloved 49ers taking on the Rams. And just two new Rams are happening to make their debut tonight in Odell Beckham Jr. and one of the great pass rushers of all time, Von Miller. We'll get to that momentarily. But I know you've been frumming at the bit to understand or try to give some motivation to your team because I thought the Raiders were coming to play last night against the Chiefs. I thought there was going to be some kind of motivation, and I get it. This team has been through so much, given what's going on with all the off-the-field stuff, and you can see it's coming into how they play. I mean, I listened to a little bit of the head coach's press conference, and it sounds like they were focused. They had good practices. It felt like they were good with their plan, but just for some reason, it just didn't carry over onto the game field. And I mean, if you didn't watch the game, this was a close game mid-third quarter. It was 17-14. Raiders took the opening kick of the second half. Carr throws an absolute dart to Bryan Edwards, who I've been begging for him to get involved more in the offense because the kid has got talent. I'm like, utilize him.
Yeah.
And by far last night, he had the best game of his pro career. But I'm a defer the floor to you because, like I said, you eat, sleep, breathe this team. So you, as we always say, when you know your team, you know your team. And for whatever reason, this has been the last few years, they get off to good starts. And then, as you say, once the halfway mark starts, they start trickling down this road. I always keep saying it's a mental roadblock. How badly do you not want to be the same old Raiders? But I digress. The floor is yours.
It can't be a mental roadblock when you've been consistent with it for 3 years. That's one thing I can't say about these Raiders. The second half of the season, they're consistent with nosediving. And it's always after some form of an East Coast trip. The year before, the first year when this all started was when we left the Meadowlands, East Rutherford. We went 1-4. The next year, last year, we started off hot. We go to Atlanta. Not too much of an East Coast, but it's that
time zone.
It's that time zone change. We get spanked in Atlanta. We go to East Rutherford a couple of weeks ago. We lose to the Giants. The next week, it's the same results. Now, I know I was a little hard on them last night because it's frustrating. It's frustrating to know that you see the potential and it's there. And you defend Carr. You say he doesn't have a defense. Then he throws a bonehead interception like that. And then I don't know what Deshaun Jackson was thinking. The end zone was this direction.
And for me, I really think that was the turning point in the game because he clearly had the first down. You're clearly deep in the Chiefs' territory. You're inside the 20. I mean, at this point, the score is 24-14. So
fall down.
Fall down. Worst case scenario, you're down 7, 24-17, or you're down 3, 24-20. You're going to get some kind of points if he just falls down.
Yeah, I don't understand. You know, as a fan, you know what? We're biased because sometimes you look at the receiver like, damn, why you didn't fight for that extra yard? Or you're like, damn, you should have just fell down. And you know what? Honestly, I feel bad that happened, but I don't feel as bad as the Pittsburgh Steelers fans. If dude just falls down, they kick that field goal and they win that game. So, yes, it cost us that. Yes, the whole dynamic of the game changed because we couldn't even stop Kansas City. We couldn't even stop a nosebleed yesterday. Everything, and what I it always happens when a team sees the Raiders on their schedule and they have piss poor performances. It just seems like they have their breakout game against the Raiders. I mean, the Chiefs barely beat an Aaron Rodgers-less Packer team. So yes, you think that yes, the Chiefs can't stop the running game. Well, Josh Jacobs didn't do nothing. Kenyon Drake didn't do nothing. Okay, the Chiefs secondary is spotty. We didn't do nothing. The Chiefs had a third string guard on the field. Not a near sack on Patrick Mahomes.
But to that chagrin, I know the league has had it with the Raiders since Al Davis came to be the Raiders in 1963. Okay, we always talk about you can literally call holding on every play. But and to some, I may be sounding like I'm a sympathizer, but fair is fair, truth is truth. But how in the hell how do you not see 98 in a black jersey being hugged on the whole entire game and you don't call anything? Okay, now again, I can go back to now. You know me, I don't like to place blames on officials of why a team loses games, because I know there's a lot of Niner fans that were talking about, well, freaking Nick Bosa was held on that 3rd and 15 play in Super Bowl 54. I don't disagree with that.
I'm not going to argue that.
I'm not going to argue that.
No.
But at the same time, you can't blame the refs for everything. They're going to miss calls. They're human.
Most definitely.
They're going to miss calls. You have to be mentally capable and mentally strong enough to get beyond that, because at the end of the day, you still got to go there. You still have to execute the play that is called by your coach
all day, every day. You can't.
But again, how do you not see him? Just the man is getting tackled.
Two back judges, right? There's the head ref and that other ref, and they're looking right at that play every time. I don't understand. And it wasn't even Max Crosby that was getting held. It was Solomon Thomas. Solomon Thomas got manhandled. I'm talking about the person was behind him, and you can literally see his hand like a full Nelson on him. It's almost like boxing. You know how I feel. Never leave it to the judges. Never leave it to the judges. And I feel the same way about football. You can't never leave it with the refs, but if it's one-sided, how are you fighting the team and the referees?
Yeah.
But that's not the reason why we lost that game.
No.
It was piss poor performance all around, from special teams, from the defense, from the offense. I cannot say that the offense was holding things down and the defense was not there, or vice versa. That was a whole horrible display of football. And I've seen this movie too many times. I know last night I said I moved on to basketball, but I need to see how they come out against the Bengals. Now, if they pull the same performance they did Sunday night against the Bengals, Sixers and Warriors, baby. Sixers and Warriors until they play each other. Straight up.
All right. Well, here's a quick rundown. Here are the scores of Week 10 of the NFL. Perhaps the shocker of the week. For a while there, it was a game between the Marlins and the Orioles, but eventually turned into an actual football game. The Dolphins shocking the Ravens 22-10.
That was a good game.
Brissett started the game, but eventually Tua came in and threw a nice pass to Mr. Waddle, which led to a score. And we almost had a big man score a touchdown, even though it would have been all illegal, but he still made a nice catch and did some nice stretching.
You know what? Let me just say this. In the huddle, he knew what the play was. It was called. You heard it. But you cannot you can't put in your mind when you're running the play, you turn around and you see pigskin coming your way. Your instinct is
the ball.
catch it.
Catch
it. He made a move, and ain't no big man supposed to move like that.
No.
It was nice. It blew up Twitter, and it had me cracking up because, excuse me, big man was moving.
He was
moving.
Another shocker: the team with no mascot beats the Super Bowl champions 29-19. As seemingly Brady was in a giving mood yesterday, turned the ball over. But I think the key play of the game was in the fourth quarter. The football team went on a long 19-play drive, which basically took the rest of the game, and the Buccaneers could not recover. The Buccaneers could not get off the field on defense.
Even on top of that, that was just a preview of what happened last year in the playoffs. I believe Washington should have won that game.
If they gotten more time, it possibly could have been an upset.
Yeah, because, so that was more Washington wanted that game more. You can kind of tell because they were salty of what happened last year. They wanted that game, and in the mix of that game, it was a sad loss. You know, the Washington team lost Chase Young, and that was
torn his ACL. That was not good. Also, your Raiders lost one of my favorite players to watch.
The best offensive player on the team. I'm sorry, next to Darren Waller.
You know how much I love fullbacks, and that was just.
Well, he epitomized the role fullback. He was just more than our fullback. He was special.
True.
He was everything.
He did it all. It's just sad, and hopefully they both recover and get better because fullbacks like the screen pass. Thank you, Mom. Is a lost art in football. Saints lose to the Titans 23-21. The Tennessee Titans 8-2 and are the number one seed in the AFC. And we all thought that they would fall back down to reality after they lost basically their whole entire offense for the season. But whatever has happened, Ryan Tannehill has been, I guess you can say, revitalized since he came to Nashville, Tennessee after leaving the Dolphins.
Well,
all he has done has win since he's gotten to Nashville. And can Mike Vrabel get some credit because he has become a very good head coach since holding the reins in Nashville, Tennessee?
Yeah. I did ask Tannehill to step up. I want to see what he can do because 95% of that offense just died when Derrick Henry got hurt. So, but for him to step up and take control of that offense, it's perfect. It's good. It's good to see.
The Titans have the quietest 6-game winning streak going in the NFL. Quiet. And that's the longest active streak going on. Orchard Park runs over East Rutherford 45-17. Bills go to 6-3. And I know your wife is
shout out to the only Jets fan we know who watches this show religiously. We always
friend of the program, friend of the show. Yes, indeed.
Give his team a shout out. If they just had more time, it would. They ran across a pissed off Bills team that lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars the week before. That was bound to happen.
No. Well, I know your wife was very happy yesterday.
Man, so they didn't boys again. They didn't boys again. Because a few weeks last week they were still talking about we lost to the Broncos, but they didn't boys again. Okay, whatever.
Well, as Bill Parcells said, you are what your record is, and they are 7-2. But let's also keep it real. They're playing in a very crappy division. Where teams are underachieving.
Fact.
But nonetheless, a 40 burger
is a 40 burger. Hey, look, they put their big boy pants on just like everybody else. You got to play the game. But whatever.
They thrashed the Falcons 43-3. The Jaguars, another close game, another close loss.
They fought hard in that game.
Yes.
If anybody looks back a few shows ago, I said literally on this show, the Jaguars are going to be all right. Trevor Lawrence is going to be the man. And so, don't sleep on the Jaguars next year. They've been fighting in every game this year.
Well, what more can you say about Mr. Taylor? The Wisconsin Badger just runs around, all around, and through.
And through.
Well, when you have an offensive line like the Colts have, it can make life very easy for a quarterback. Just don't throw left-handed interceptions.
And just to give a update, Steve Young is the biggest homer I've ever seen in my life because he just picked.
He's not going to pick the. He's not going to pick the Rams.
Hey, you got to be real. You got to be real.
Yeah.
You don't have. Hey, you got to. Hey, look. There's a pitcher's chance.
Yeah.
There's a
puncher's chance.
Any given swing, but really, you're playing a pissed off Matthew Stafford. Be a real analyst and knows what is going to happen. Now, if the Niners have some way pull this out, I will come on the next show and eat crow. That's it. You heard it here first, but I don't think I'll be eating crow.
Again, I'm not expecting my team to win, but do I hope they win? You damn right I do. They're my team.
Of course.
But at the same time,
I would check your post if you didn't pick your team to win or even be wearing your team. I would have to check your Yeah,
you'd be like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing. Anyhow, try to understand how, and you know how much we love Mr. Antioch, California, Najee Harris. He pulled a Donovan McNabb. And you're just like, no, why? But yes, we had a tie in the National Football League yesterday as two of the oldest franchises in NFL history. As my brother, my co-host, tries to recover himself because he's still trying to figure out how. You don't know that there's not a tie, or the game can end in a tie. But nonetheless,
of all of 13 years old, your nephew of all of 13 years old knows that a football game can end in a tie. I don't know how these professionals that's been watching this sweet, beautiful game since they were about
and have been playing and have been playing the game for 20 plus years.
You didn't play Madden. Come on. Okay, but anyway,
you didn't know the game can end in a tie. I don't get it.
Are you moving lively through the show?
I am.
Movements to the show. This is a first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it is. Well, I had to turn the double picture off, but yeah, the Lions and Steelers played to a 16-16 tie.
Hey, wait. The Lions will not be the first team to go 0-17.
This is true. That's one good thing that comes out of this. But I mean, it's not like the Lions have been getting blown out because the Lions have lost some very tough, close games.
They've been competitive. They've been competitive.
Dan Campbell has got these guys competitive, and you root for the Lions because Dan Campbell is a very good football guy. You love his passion. Yes. And I really do believe that he has the Lions on the right track, and I really do think that they will win.
Yeah, give him time.
Just give him time. I think the Patriots got it right by taking Mac Jones because he was tremendously flawless yesterday as the Patriots. And we said this, as much as we don't want to give the hoodie credit, we kept saying this, the Patriots will not be down for long as the hoodie is still the head coach. And the Patriots are 6-4, and they're right there in the thick of things in the AFC East, looking up behind the Bills. As scary as this makes sound coming out of my mouth, don't sleep on the Patriots. And I know that may seem shocking to say, but
you have to give credit. You have to give credit where credit's due. If you're playing good football, we're going to give you your love.
As much as it pains us.
As much, like, honestly, if your team was doing good, much as me pay me to talk highly about them, but I would do it. But yeah, the Patriots are playing. It just had to take a minute for Mac Jones to understand what Belichick and McDaniels is trying to run. That's it.
Well, I know some people get mad. Certainly from my fan base, like, well, why we didn't take him? Well, I still stand on what I said. I didn't want Mac Jones to because historically, Alabama quarterbacks do not do well in the NFL. With the exception of 3 people.
Okay.
They're all in the Hall of Fame. Bart Starr, Willie Namath, and the Snake, Ken Stabler. Those are the only three that did well.
And they play for historic franchises, though. So, they play for a historic franchise. So, yeah.
And they played for some damn good coaches. One named Vince Lombardi, one named John Madden, and one named Weeb Eubank, which I think all three of those men are on the Hall of Fame. And if Weeb Eubank is not there, he should be. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it may sound like I'm eating crow because, again, I was adamant I'm not wanting Mac Jones. Now, again, this is just still year one. But with that said, the reason why he is succeeding in New England is because of one thing. The Patriots have something that my team does not have, and that is structure. Number two, Josh McDaniels has been the OC forever in Foxborough. So there's going to be a comfortability with the playbook. I don't know if I can say that Mac Jones would have the same success if he was being coached by Kyle Shanahan, because everyone talks about Shanahan can be this quarterback guy. Well, let's see. You're emphatically in love with Kirk Cousins. God, I only know why. You had something with RG3, but then your dad just ruined his legs on that horrible turf in Landover, Maryland.
Facts.
Okay, yes. You got to a Super Bowl with Garoppolo, but that wasn't the reason why you got there. You got there because of your defense and a tremendous running game, because you wouldn't even have Garoppolo throw the doggone ball against the Pack. You only threw the ball 8 times. 8 or 11 times in the conference championship game, and then you almost want to throw them all in the fourth one Super Bowl. No. Okay. You pass over Deshaun Watson because you wanted CJ Beathard, who's now bagging up sunshine in Jacksonville. Okay. I am hopeful with Trey Lance. I'm hoping he can get developed, but then again, do I trust Shanahan to develop him right?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
Well, yesterday you were yesterday you were happier for most of the day because the Vikings did their job. They beat the Chargers 27-20, even though you saw the slowest 1-yard touchdown pass I've ever seen in my life. It seemed like Kirk Cousins took forever to release the doggone football to touchdown pass, but the Chargers are doing what the Chargers normally do. Lose close games. Have leads, and then they find a way to lose them at the end. That has been the Chargers moniker since they became the Carson/Inglewood Chargers. And then yesterday, it came full circle for Cam Newton. He comes back to the team that originally drafts him. First game back, comes to the exact same stadium against the exact same team he made his debut against, and find the end zone twice. And the Panthers did what my team should have done last week against the JV squad of the Cardinals. Blast them 34-10. Go ahead, sir.
There's one thing that I caught out of that game that everybody was complaining about when Cam Newton scored his first touchdown, and he said, "I'm back." And he got flagged 15 yards for that. Why did he get flagged 15 yards?
Why?
Yeah, why? And I'm going to back the NFL on this one for his celebration. And it's going to be, I'm all like, they need to celebrate. I'm good for celebrations. But he broke one rule in his celebration.
Oh, he took the helmet off. Took off the helmet.
Can't do it. That's
Can't
the
do
rule.
it.
You don't take your helmet off or you will get flagged. And everybody was making a big deal about that. But I'm like, yeah, but a rule's a rule. He broke a rule. They allow you to celebrate, just don't take your helmet off.
Yeah.
But that's good for Cam. That's good for that organization. He should have never left in the first place. He should have been retiring there.
And now he gets another chance because now he gets to play as former head coach this upcoming week.
Well,
so a chance to really go 2 for 2 and bat 1,000 and really have bragging rights in the offseason.
And ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by Coca-Cola, because as you see, my brother is pouring some Coke.
Continuing on with the recap, Russell put it on him, but he definitely looked like he was definitely rusty as the Packers pitched a shutout over the Seahawks, 17-0. And that is 10 straight games. The Packers have won at home against the Seahawks. Needless to say, Lambeau Field is the Seahawks' kryptonite. As the Packers go.
Blame Matt Hasselbeck for that.
And also, too, we watched that game together, live in person together. And when that happened, when Al Harris took the pick six back, you rode Hasselbeck for the rest of that day. Highlights galore for all of. We're gonna score. Oh, this is why sports is great.
Exactly.
The Eagles go into Mile High and thrash the Broncos, 30-13. And now tonight, my hope and a prayer is my 49ers take on the Rams for whatever reason, and I don't know why this is.
Give me the keys. I need the keys after you speak. I need the keys to how you're going to – I know what you're going to say, but
Yes.
Give everybody the keys of how you need to beat the Rams tonight.
Well, first off, for some reason, the Niners have beaten the Rams 4 straight times. How that is, I don't know. But obviously, you're going to have to get pressure on Matthew Stafford. You know Stafford can make every throw that there is. Of course, anybody that knows me knows I've been a Stafford fan since he was a Georgia Bulldog. And shout out to the Bulldogs, number 1 in the country. Hunker down, go Dogs, as they beat Tennessee. Hey, you won your Super Bowl this past Saturday by beating you and
my college football season is complete. We beat Miami. They can lose every other game the rest of this season as long as it keeps being my brother quiet. Cool.
Obviously, the Rams are not a running team, which I think is a mistake. I think the Rams should get back to being a running team because they were good when they were establishing the run and going off play action. Obviously, this is an oxymoron for me because you got to know where number 10 is. Of course, I'm talking about Cooper Kupp, but dadgummit, Cooper Kupp, give me some points in fantasy. I'm trying to win, dadgummit. You're gonna see what kind of impact not having Robert Woods is gonna have, because Robert Woods is one of the best blocking receivers and running receivers off of a run in football.
Yeah, they're gonna be missing that jet sweep. That's gonna
be a big loss.
Yeah.
But of course, you got to know where 94 is on defense, or 54. That's number 40. Now you got to do number 40 because Von Miller's making his debut tonight, and of course,
get about Mr. 99,
99 in the middle, and number 5 playing center field. So
from
Florida State, Mr. Ramsey, yes, he is. So with that said, you got to contain Stafford.
Yeah,
you cannot let him play pitch and catch with Cooper Kupp all dang day.
Which I wouldn't mind. Give me points, but
points all day. But Beckham wants to try and do something spectacular, so you got to watch out for him.
Yeah,
just in case. But again, stopping Cooper Kupp is the key offensively, because if as he goes, so goes this Rams offense.
Yeah,
if Cooper Kupp is cooking, you don't stand a chance.
100%.
Again, it's a tough day for Trent Williams because he's got to deal with number 4, and then your right tackle's got to deal with freaking Von Miller. So if you're Garoppolo, you got to get the ball out as quick as you can. If you got to do some quick slants.
And help out your quarterback, man. Y'all had having too many drops.
Catch the ball. You got to catch the ball. Deebo Samuel, I love you. Got to catch the ball. Brandon Ayuk, I love you. Got to catch the ball. But also, if you're Garoppolo, you can't place the ball too high to where you get your receiver's legs baffled at, because this is how George Kittle keeps getting injured.
What do you mean too high?
Who gives a shit? It's gone. But you got to put the ball in their hands.
Yeah.
You gotta leave them to the ball, but also, as the golden rule says, if the ball touches your hands, you gotta catch it.
Jesus and Cleats already told us that.
That's the rule.
Wait. What does Pop say? It hit him in the wrong spot. Hit him in the hands.
In the hands. But Garoppolo's got to get the ball out quicker.
Yeah.
And establish the run. Use Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah.
Use Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yes.
Utilize your run. Run behind Tomlinson.
Away from it. If it's working, don't go.
Run behind Tomlinson.
Yes.
Run behind Trent Williams. Run behind your center, Alex Mack, who's playing better. It's all about protecting the quarterback and making sure Garoppolo gets it out on time.
Yeah.
Because the Rams are going to dare you to throw it deep because Ramsey's going to play center field. So if you can work the slant, work the out routes, and establish the run, you have a chance to win this game. Like I said, you've beaten the Rams 4 straight times.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of execution. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to execution. Can you execute? Because as you know, it's a division game. You throw the records out. So it is what it is.
Facts.
But my co-host, my brother, had a very good weekend, simply because he got to meet one of his all-time favorite musicians, the man from Oakland, California, as I say, part of Oakland royalty. Young Mouth was in his area, and needless to say, he normally doesn't show his teeth, but on this particular day, he showed the teeth. So just tell me what the experience was dealing with the Oakland legend.
It was just great, man. It was awesome. Just walking up in that, because where he was at, you don't see everything, so you have to go through this door. But I tell you, man, once I opened that door and I looked to my left and I saw him sitting there, I was like, oh yeah, it's legit. And not only just to take a picture with him, get the autograph and everything, but just the conversation that I had with him, just for that few minutes. Yeah, that I was starstruck. Didn't want to wash my hands, man, but cleanliness is next to godliness, so I had to wash my hands. Yes, I did wash my hands. I didn't. But yeah, man, that was just awesome. That was awesome. It was awesome.
Well, you also want to do another plug. So, we're all about we're all about shout out to people. So there's some people.
Before we end the show, everybody, this is my cousin's clothing line from the bottom. Big shout out to Mitri. There will be a website coming up real soon. Support. And also I want to give another shout out to my brother, Remy, opening up his own barbershop. Just got to give more, it's beautiful to see family doing their things. I got a cousin doing clothing line. I got a cousin doing hair and all that stuff. Beauticians.
Now where's this shop located?
Antioch, California. The next time that we do a show, I have the actual address. If anybody wants to go get a haircut, man, be humble, be patient, barbershop. Also, my sister's in there doing hair too. They do hair and cut.
Well, I may have to go there and have them do a shave one time. Just saying.
Hey, just saying.
Take the stubble up and trim my beard up.
Exactly. Yeah, but yes, big shout out to the family, man. Yeah, doing that thing.
Well, needless to say, it's a huge must-win for both of our teams if they want to keep their slim playoff hopes alive.
Yes.
And already Beckham got involved on the first play of the game. Made a catch. Oh my God, Jimmy Ward's playing. Pull the press.
Yeah, how long?
That's the question. How long is he going to play?
And did y'all shoot the cannons off? Is that why it's so foggy in the game right now? The cannon, or is Santa Clara just foggy like it is out here?
Well, I know somebody running the foghorn.
Pick. You guys got to pick. Stafford just threw a pick. And guess who got the pick?
Sometimes Jimmy Ward picked him off. Oh, good Lord. Well, get some points. Defense making a play. Can this be 5 straight wins against the Rams?
Well, I won't hold you. We won't hold you longer, Dub. I know you want to focus on your game. There possibly will be a post-game show afterwards if my good brother is feeling up to it. I'm down to do it.
Win or lose, we'll give you a part 2.
And there might be guests. We might bring some guests on for the next one. We might bring some guests on. We might have to go to Skype and bring some guests on. I would like to see, depending on how this game ends, I would love to see the passion of United fans.
Well, that's one thing we do is we do bring the passion. But again, to our subscribers, we thank you for subscribing. Again, like I said, if there's any topics you want us to talk about on the show, again, Hit the comment boxes on our page on YouTube.
We're going to
That's
try
where we
to
do.
fix the comment box. I did not know that when I was uploading the show that YouTube was not letting people comment. I will try to find that because yes, we will love everybody's comments. Give us a show topic. Ask if you want to be on the show. We don't care. We just want more subscribers, more hours watched. We're trying to make this big, people, and we will get better every show. We promise.
And also, we still have a plan to do a all boxing show, just a show dedicated to boxing, because of course, coming up real soon in about a week's time, we got Bud, we got Showtime.
I will be. I know it's my
Crawford
next party
versus Porter.
Ooh,
That will be something to see. So for now, this was an abbreviated part 1 of the Mizzle and Dub show. But again, you never know when there could be a possible part 2. So just stick tuned. Of course, keep watching, keep subscribing. Hopefully the comment situation will be fixed so you guys can leave comments.
yes.
We'll work on that right now as we post this, as we upload this show and put it on our page on YouTube. But he is Mizzle. I am Dub. As always, we say thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and as always, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Stay thirsty. Good night, Canada.
Hey.